I'm exposing us, guys. We never lived together. I feel like I've told you guys that before, though. When you get online and you talk about how you're making millions of dollars a month. Like, I was in the top 0.01% within the first, like, couple of months of becoming a creator. There was so much hate sent to us during the peak of Bop House. I like this guy. This guy knows what's going on, for real. If you're not already following it, you should already be following it. If you're not already following it, you're fake. Just kidding. Or am I? Jesse Cox, he's the developer of Dark Pals, right? Jesse Cox. American YouTuber. He has 1 million followers? Is it him talking about Bop House? Let's watch it, I suppose. Even though I'm nervous. I just can't.
Nope, she can't. She can't look me up.
This is gonna piss me off. That's gonna piss me off. Right now, that's gonna piss me off. Holy moly. Okay. Let's watch Jesse Cox's video. I think I accidentally got him to do that video because I was commenting on his page. GG, buddy. Okay, let's watch it. Let's see what he has to say. Let's see what he has to say. I'm like preparing, mentally preparing.
All right, we're doing this again, and this time, I gotta be honest, I feel like it's gonna be a rough one. I don't really know exactly what we're covering today, but I do know that everyone in the office reacted in a way that makes me highly suspicious. I'm a bit concerned, because today, we're learning about something called the Bop House? Alright, this is Joshua. He's a dude who makes those kind of like opinion piece videos. Love AI Island? POV your son is my lover boy? This is probably just, I guess, reacting to people on TikTok. Kind of what we're doing, but probably a much more young-centric, like more Gen Z, Gen Alpha viewers. He has all sorts of stuff. I'll be real, I almost want to know what Love AI Island is, but
no, you don't.
That's for the future.
No, you don't.
Okay.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Training Copies, the place where I talk about trading.
I'm just happening there. My senses are free. Now, I'm assuming this is going to also make it genius. You know what I mean? I'm not going to YouTube is start, and this is one of those where all the flashes like fiction. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Training Copies, the place where I talk about trading. TikTok is content sitting in worldwide with millions of views on each post and a crazy 2 million followers. This girl's only content creator house doing pretty well for themselves. I've never understood content creator houses. I get the idea of, you know, like an office where a bunch of people work at. Hell, I had that for a while. I get the idea of collaboration and working with people. I don't get the idea of, hey everyone, do you just want to live together and slowly drive each other crazy?
Okay, let me explain that to you guys. The whole point is that the whole reason Bop House was even created in the first place is because the internet likes groups of people. The internet likes when you are associated with multiple people, because then it's like you're crafting a story for your viewers. So like for Bop House, we were all relatively successful on our own. You know, we all made quite a bit of money on our own before we created Bop House. In my personal experience, I actually started making less money when Bop House became a thing. I was making twice as much money before Bop House. I don't make anywhere near as much money as I made a couple years ago, okay? But like when you take a group of people and you put them in a group, right? You take people and you put them in a group that's associated with each other. The internet cares more about them when they are parts of a whole. Does that make sense? So I get what he's saying, but also, I'm exposing us, guys. We never lived together. I feel like I've told you guys that before, though. We never lived together. We had a house where we would live together for maybe like 1 week out of the month where we would actually live together, but we didn't like live together. We just had a condo, like a high rise in Miami that we would meet up at like once a month, and then we would all like sleep over during that week, but we didn't actively live together. That's why I've always streamed at my own house. I didn't have a streaming room at Bop House because we didn't live there. Yeah, I guess I never made it clear because I didn't want to like ruin the fantasy that I guess we were creating for some people. Someone said something. Wait, how? You're more famous now? So it was genuinely easier to make money the way that we make money. It was easier to make money a couple years ago. It's not as easy because the market is so overly saturated now. So like I started at the very end of 2023, or I started in 2023. In 2023, before everyone knew how much money you could make, there weren't a lot of people. Like I was in the top 0.01% within the first like couple of months of becoming a creator. I'm in the top 0.1 now, not top 0.01. I'm in the top 0.1 because it's so oversaturated. There are so many people now. It's hard to be as successful as you once could be. So yeah, my money has been cut more than in half. I don't make anywhere near as much money as I made a couple years ago. I've made a lot of money, so I'm not complaining about it. Just something to take note of. There wasn't competition. I mean, there was competition, but like nowhere near as much as there is now. I think it was like when Sophie started blowing up a lot and people started realizing you don't have to be a celebrity to make a lot of money on the site. And like she blew up so insanely, and I think a lot of people started thinking they could do the same, and it's just so oversaturated now, you know?
Because it never works out. Someone always spills the tea later, and it's always like, that place was terrible.
I feel like we all have done this.
Guys, I learned a lesson already. Creative houses don't work. Houses don't work. Our own friendship houses didn't work, dude.
That's so real.
I like his laugh.
So real. I don't do roommates. I can't do roommates.
Valid,
I want to have
neither.
friends. And when I live with people, I see the side of them where I'm like, you're dirty as shit.
Same, twins.
The furthest all of us have ever gotten to living in a house with our own friends was in Minecraft. And that shit didn't last long either. It's hard to keep the living room clean. Sharing food could be a problem.
Yup.
And worst comes to worst, you gotta kick your boy out for fucking your
Damn.
What kind of experience has this man had?
Is that why that mattress is the way it is in the background? I gotta be honest. I didn't know what to expect from Joshua.
W30 curse! WWW.
But I'm only 47 minutes in and I'm actually enjoying this video. Yo, this is so skewed to not my old ass. What? This must be what it feels like when I make a reference about a movie and Quendor's like, I haven't seen that. This is probably how he would think of me. Be like, how have you not seen this thing that you just... I don't even remember what the hell he said. Something about Chase.
What am I gonna do in 5 to 10 years? I mean, 10 years from now, I'm probably not gonna be on the internet at all. But 5 years from now, maybe I'll still be a streamer, a content creator of some sort. I'll still be here for at least the next couple of years, you know? Next few years, I should say. Bro spent all that time talking about R.E.P.O. House. Well, I mean, R.E.P.O. House was the first, like, big creator house, so it makes sense. You're not gonna be streaming for, like, ever and ever? No, I will.
I still don't know what the shit it is. Sophie something is involved. And that's it. That's all I know right now. Instead, I'm learning about the R.E.P.O. House, the thing that's dead, that I never cared about and probably never will care about.
Okay,
girl, you're not gonna care about Bop House either.
You guys might be a little bit.
Oh my gosh, like, guys, I've never watched, like, people talking about Bop House on YouTube because there was so much hate sent to us during the peak of Bop House. People were hating on us left and right, and it got to a point where I couldn't even enjoy being in Bop House. I couldn't, like, it's like I was given such an awesome position with an awesome group of girls that really they are all so great and so sweet and good people. And I couldn't even enjoy it because my head was so caught up in all of the hate that we were all getting. So it's like, it actually makes me cringe to like watch people reacting to Bop House because it's like, I don't know, it's just scary.
As to how this house has managed to garner so many followers. How come this group was able to rake in so much cash from only their fans?
Sex appeal. Girls. Young men. Horny people. boobs, butts. Ooh, butts.
Is because they have OnlyFans. That's what's really setting them apart
There you go,
from
never
so
mind.
many other houses that are trying to thrive
OnlyFans.
on TikTok. By the way,
was
I
close.
thought that this was
And
the
very
only
accurate.
house that was happening. There are so many other houses on the platform. It's kind of making me want to start my own house. But instead of the Bop House, it's called the Josh House. And
Do it,
it's
twin.
me and like the only other 2 Joshua content creators living in the same house. Okay, let's look at another TikTok.
Pop it.
Hey, that's me
Twist it.
talking.
Pull it.
I got so many likes. Anyone playing the game?
It reminded me of those videos we watch of like the
Dude,
couples.
the like sped up laughing is so
Reminded me
funny.
of those videos we watch. It reminded me of those videos we watch of like the couples doing like fun, crazy couple things, but it's just not entertaining. But then you read the comments, they're like, greatest video I've ever seen. You make every day better. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? That's kind of what that felt like. I
That
bet
is
if I
like something that I've never understood was like, I feel like any of us, we didn't really show a lot of our personality on TikTok. And like, even with the Bop House TikTok page, I feel like we didn't show that much personality. And so it was kind of surprising to me when people were glazing us so much, because it's like I've always appreciated it. I've always loved it. I've always been so grateful, but it's like, I feel like no one really sees my personality, but you guys like claim to love me. And it's like, obviously with streaming, it's a lot different. Like, obviously you guys have a good reference of like who I am as a person, the things I believe in, the things I like, how I behave, you know, you guys know a lot more about me now. But like at the time at peak Bop House, like I had barely started streaming when Bop House started. I didn't really showcase my personality. I still don't really showcase personality on any other social media platform except for Twitch, you know? So, yeah, I agree with him. I've never understood why, like, the trends that we were doing got people so hyped up, but I appreciate it. We've always loved it. We've always been so grateful. And every time I've talked to any of the girls, like, especially at peak Bop House, like, it was a surreal feeling, the amount of support that we got. It was so amazing and incredible, and we were truly, really grateful. You also left Twitch for 2 months last year after yeah, and I got so busy out of nowhere. And it's like, the times that I was home, it's like I didn't want to sit in front of a computer screen because it felt like I was having to do a lot of performing in my life at that time, and I didn't think that streaming I would be as 100% myself as I could have been or should have been. But now, like, where I am in my content creation journey, I feel like I can be very authentic and just be myself. And that's why I like streaming so much now. And also, you guys keep saying I'm gonna dip in a couple years. I'm not. The only way I would dip in a couple years is if, like, I've really fallen off completely. Because if it gets to a point where it's like, there's no point in me doing this anymore, then, like, sure. But I genuinely enjoy streaming. I really like getting on and talking to you guys. Like, I really like coming to stream. I like playing games, and I like interacting with you guys, and I think it's very fun. So don't worry, I'm not just gonna like dip after a couple years, okay? Me and you guys friends.
went to the comments, it would be very similar. Like, oh, you girls are crazy. What is a bop? My man hasn't even said it. This video, it's entertaining, but it's the least informative shit I've ever seen in my entire life. What is a bop? What is a bop? Bop is a slang term with 2 primary conflicting meanings. A derogatory, harmful term used to slut shame, primarily targeting young women. I genuinely am really curious. This is such a strange thing to wonder, but I do. How many of these people who have OnlyFans and stuff like that, like, I don't use OnlyFans. Like, I don't know how it works, but in my mind, I imagine it's you post video or images of you in like sexual things, like outfits or, I don't know, positions, I don't know. But how much of it is like real? Does that make sense? Can you get away with just posting like a sexy photo, or does it have to be straight up porn? Could you manufacture like, oh, I'm a sexy rebel and I do nasty things, and then someone pays
The video's echoing, sorry.
for your OnlyFans, and then when they get there, there's nothing, you know, because I imagine you have to pay to see anything, and then when you get there, it's kind of like, haha, thanks for the $5, dum-dum. You know what I mean? Can you just do that? When I
Okay,
hear
so on OF, how you make your money is pay-per-view messages and DMs. You don't just like, that's why when people subscribe and it's like, oh, I can pay $5 and I can see everything. You can't, because if all you had to do was pay a subscription price to the platform, then like, and then you get to see everything, we wouldn't be able to make that much money. And like, also, I'm at least speaking for myself, I think I'm worth a lot more than $5 a month, you know? So it's like, you kind of it's like a person to person, creator to creator thing, but like you have to create your own standards on the platform. And obviously everyone makes different forms of content, does different things on the platform, but really yeah, it's just really up to the creator. So everyone does different things. I mean, some people make like gym content or cooking content on the website. It's a very individual thing, for
Make
sure.
millions on OnlyFans. I wonder if it's because people sub to them once, see there's nothing there, and it doesn't matter because you get enough people to sub to you once. And like, I don't know. I'm not gonna.
No, I'm not scamming. I'm saying that everyone does different content. So like, everyone does different things on the platform. So it depends. It's a person to person, creator to creator thing.
Test it. I'm not giving someone my damn money. The internet's got tons of free stuff. What are you talking about?
I agree with that. But also like, it's also about having a platform where you can build a relationship with some of your fans. And like, some people are definitely very weird on the platform, and some people are very awesome, and like you get to actually know people. You get to know people more, and it actually can be pretty nice. And it's like, yeah, like on one hand you are like, you know, selling content, but on the other it's like you are starting to actually get to know more about these people that watch you, and a lot of people actually are good, nice people that like genuinely care.
Unfortunately for Joshua, this video is like all over the place and not very informative. It's just his hot takes. However, I did my research and found it's Yankee, it's Jank I don't know how to say this dude's name, but this is an 8-minute video about the Bop House.
No. I have help with like crafting messages or like crafting PPVs. Or like if I'm streaming, I have help with messaging while I'm streaming or like while I'm unavailable. But like 90% of the time, I'm doing my own work. That's why I don't have a lot of time for like content creation itself. That's why I can't dedicate that much time to YouTube. Why I honestly slack on making my TikToks and stuff.
For 2 months ago. So not only did I miss it completely, but I missed the end as well. Maybe we'll get some answers from It's Janky. I guess I don't understand the degeneracy. I mean, like, morally, if you're one of those people that's like, porn is a sin and they shall burn in hell, then like, all right, whatever. But I'm talking about the content I've seen so far. None of this seems degenerate. If it was called Fun Girl House and it was a bunch of girls just having fun, that seems to be the content they're posting on TikTok. The relevant nature of them being OnlyFans people, I guess, is why you would sit through this trash. You know what I mean? You'd be like, wow, I can imagine that they do the porns. But other than that, literally, the thing on the screen right now is girls in pajamas like, oh, hey!
Oh my gosh, wait, I'm literally wearing those pants right now. That's funny.
What? Like, okay. I've seen more risque stuff on TikTok and like... Probably should have done some research into It's Jank. I feel like this dude has a vibe.
He's calling you trash? I don't think so.
What's crazy is all of this stuff about like, oh, I made a bunch of money. Like, that's what the youth is into. They love this shit. All the flexing, the Logan Pauls of the world, the people that flex their money, kids see that and they want that life. They want to live that dream.
Okay, but this is something that literally always ate me up with being in Bop House was, yeah, we talk about how much money we make. I never really liked talking about how much money I was making because a lot of people thought we were lying about the money that we're making, especially Sophie. A lot of people thought that Sophie was lying. None of us have lied about the money we've made. We have genuinely made a lot of money. But the bad thing is, when you talk about how much money you're making, when you know that your audience is young, you know your audience is young, especially a lot of young girls that could be influenced to go into this industry, you're not setting a good example. And it's like, you're never going to set a good example with how we're making money. Like, you're never going to be a good role model, obviously, with how we make money, duh. But like, when you get online and you talk about how you're making millions of dollars a month, it's not great. But the thing is, it gets views, right? You get a lot of views. And I think for us, we were trying to really push ourselves out there. And I feel like I think there was one single TikTok that I participated in where I said how much money I was making. But yeah, Sophie did not lie about her money, by the way. Sophie promise that girl is not lying about how much money she has. The amount of times that we've like went on a trip somewhere and I'm talking to Sophie and I'm like, hey, let me know when you get when you buy your flight because I want to be on the same flight as you. And then it comes to like the night before we're supposed to leave or the day of, and she's like, hey, so I actually booked a private jet instead. You're more than welcome to fly on it with me if you want. And I'm like, what? Like, booking a private jet is like, guys, it is so much. I have never paid for a jet myself because it is way too much money. I make a lot of money, okay? I've never paid for a private jet because that's way too much money than I'd want to spend. She will just, on a whim, we're going somewhere, let's get a jet instead. I promise you guys. How much did Sophie pay you to say that? All right, Scope, you're just D1 Sophie hater, bruh.
That's crazy. That's a crazy thing
Did
to
that say malipinating?
That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say.
I think he talked about it once with Hollywood Fix. Yeah, I think he asked me about it. Yeah, there was one TikTok with Camilla asking everyone, and I wasn't there for that one, but then there was another one at the at the penthouse that we had, and I did participate in that one.
I guess it's possible that someone could see this and say, oh, I want that kind of money. But to say this is indoctrination is wild. I feel like most of the views come from 1, horny ass dudes, and 2, people watching because it's a train wreck. I don't think there's a lot of women out there who are like, awesome, that's what I want to do. I feel like there's an undertone of animosity.
I appreciate what he's saying, but I think there definitely were some girls saying that we were living the dream life and they wanted to do it too.
There's an anger
I'm aware
that young men have for these women, and I don't know that I can define why they have that anger, but it's definitely there.
That is true. Also, a lot of men on the internet hate us, unfortunately. But I get it.
I didn't know this is where we were going to be today. I'll be honest. I get why people would be obsessed with learning about it and understanding it. I mean, that's why I'm here. But I'm also really interested in the fact that people are like hyper excited that it failed.
Okay, but guys, Bop House didn't fail. First of all, okay. If you are successful at any point, you didn't fail, okay? Maybe Bop House fell off and like, yeah, it didn't end up working because we weren't all compatible as a group. Like, there were some issues within the group of it feeling like someone was trying to take control of the entire group. But like, we didn't fail. I would not call it a fail. There was a point where our TikToks were getting like 10 million plus views every TikTok. It was certainly not a fail. I mean, a lot of people had a big career boom. Camilla is the most notable person. She benefited the most from Bop House. She grew, I don't even remember. I think when she got into Bop House, I think she had like 2 million followers or something like that. The only thing I had ever seen of Camilla before she joined Bop House was her talking about having an OnlyFans with her little brother. That was the only thing I had ever seen of her before Bop House. So it's like she definitely benefited the most. I hate that OF girls get more hate than actual. Yeah, I mean, I I do agree. I honestly, I share that same frustration, but like, there's not really anything I can do about it, you know? Like, unfortunately, a lot of people, it's unfortunately just not an even playing field, but like, I am one of the super lucky ones, and I have gained a lot from everything that I have experienced over the past few years. So, you know, I'm mad for other people, but I'm also really grateful for what I have. Does that make sense? But I understand people's frustration completely. My besties with
Wild.
Aisha?
It was a gimmick.
Yeah, like Aisha and Sophie are like my best friends. They've been my best friends since before Bop House. But definitely like in the midst of Bop House, honestly. So I don't know if you guys remember the Sophie and Aisha drama. That was real. A lot of like drama online was fake. When the Sophie and Aisha drama first started, like months before Bop House, that was not real. But it began, like the drama actually became real drama, and there was like a period of like 6 months or so that Sophie and Aisha were not speaking. They would only speak when we had to get together and like make TikToks together, and thankfully they're over that and now we're all friends again and we can all hang out. But yeah, there was a time period where Sophie and Aisha were not friends, and I'm not going to go into it and spill all of their drama and like why they weren't friends. If they want to talk about that one day, they can. But I was hanging out with Sophie a lot during the majority of Bop House. I was going to her house a lot because we'd have to go down to Miami. So I'd go down to Miami. I'd stay with her in her house, and like I would just hang out with her all the time because we're just two chill guys, you know?
It was a gimmick to get attention because that is the whole point of everything they're doing. That's it. I know the idea of like, oh,
chill chuds.
they did OnlyFans or whatever, and they made videos promoting that. Sure. But all of that is to get money. It's an attention economy. People who have attention make money. That's how it works. And a lot of people don't give a damn how they make that money as long as they get the attention. They're stoking the fire and you are kindling.
The more videos I make on the Bop House, the more I realize how pathetic it actually is.
Okay, so it's
Holy fuck, he was dick riding the Bop House. Look at how many fucking videos he was making about us. Damn. Us, I say. Camilla, Piper, and Sophie. But damn!
The more I realize how
Holy
pathetic
moly.
it actually is.
Okay, so it's Jank is genuinely like just gonna be that guy. This dude has made a career out of hating on them. No wonder there's the anger there. I felt it. A little like there's a little something. Also, look, I'm just gonna say a fact. A lot of these guys who are like, oh, these girls are terrible. If one of them showed up in their life, boy, they would date them so quickly. And I know they say
I like this guy. This guy knows what's going on, for real. Because also, another thing is it's like, oh my gosh, it really does piss me off because it's like once people do see our personalities, they understand there is a lot more to us and we aren't terrible, horrible people on the internet.
they wouldn't. Like, no. I don't believe that for a minute. Not a minute. There's
Nah,
lot
I'm
of,
different.
Like, horny nerd boy rage in a lot of these videos.
Hey, that was me again.
I guess I'm having some confusion here as I dig through all of this. It appears that it's a bunch of OnlyFans girls who are in a house, but the content they're creating, at least for public consumption, is just stupid dances and stupid videos. But I don't understand the reason to be upset over that. It appears people are mad about the concept of OnlyFans girls being in a house and then going on TikTok and making videos that aren't erotic really, but in some way the concept of them doing that promotes their OnlyFans because, you know, it's all advertising, I guess. And that's what's upsetting people? I guess I don't know. I would love to know more, but I'm having to do my own research because none of the videos I'm seeing offer any actual information. They're just like, these girls, they have OnlyFans, and that's terrible. And also, they make TikToks and live together. All right, this topic is exhausting. It really is just people content farming off of hate for Bop House. That's a lot of what this is. And all
Literally.
the content around the Bop House seems very angry, but also not well made. I still don't know anyone except for some girl named Sophie and then a 17-year-old girl. They were trying to get in there. Other than that, I have no knowledge of them.
Which, by the way, guys, when we first collabed with Piper, there were a few of us that were really against it just because we knew like what we do for work and we didn't think a 17-year-old should be in the space, right? A few months had went by and Piper was like begging to join, okay? She was begging to join. She wanted to join so bad. And we all care for Piper a lot. We all care for her a lot, and we all are looking out for her, and we want to make sure that she is well taken care of. And we were genuinely thinking that we could be good role models for her. We could be a good support group for her. But it's like, it was definitely difficult at the time, and I understood why everyone was giving us so much hate. Like, it was understandable. But also, like, when you have something like Bop House, there's gonna be a time where the main group is like phased out and there's like a new group coming in, and I think it was kind of about that as well.
And I've been doing this for 30 fucking minutes. We're gonna have to edit most of this down. Yeah, I'm too old for it. I'm definitely too old for all this. Joshua had some funny bits though, I'll give him that. But other than that, I don't know a damn thing about this.
Well, I appreciate him because I was honestly like very nervous that it was gonna be like another one of those hate videos, because I don't even know how many people have like made hate videos for us, but like people literally would hate watch us. And I appreciate him being friendly and nice about everything, and I like the way he conveyed his opinions, so I appreciate that. He also helps produce games. He produced Dark Pals, right? He created Dark Pals? If you had something to tell him about y'all, what would you want him to know? Well, first of all, I really do just appreciate him not taking everything he saw for face value and forming an opinion immediately based off of the fact that we are on OnlyFans. That was really, really nice of him. But I mean, he's a grown man, as he was saying, too old for this. So like that probably contributes to the fact like his brain is probably fully developed and he's not just going to judge someone off of 2 seconds. But I mean, he's mostly like, he's right. Like we really were just girls on the internet, just making TikToks together, just doing silly little things. And like, you know, a lot of the hate that we got was valid, and a lot of it was very unwarranted and like not deserved. But that's part of being on the internet anyways.